Hi, I have your file in front of me and I've opened up your layer palette. I'm going to actually show this in a larger icon so you can see. Here's your banner right here, and you did everything beautiful except this part of it is actually in layer 8. Okay, and this part of it is in layer 8, so they should be together. All right, everything should be in the banner. Okay, so watch. I'm going to pick up, layer 8 is going to disappear in a minute because I'm going to make it disappear. But watch, I'm going to pick up this path and put it underneath that path. Now it's no longer in layer 8 and I can throw that away. So keep your layers open and make sure everything that belongs to something like this goes in the same layer. Now, remember that if something is going to be on the top, let me go to my movie and show you what I'm talking about. See how the banner part for the word Sorial Illustrations is actually on the top. The words are on the very top, but the banner is the next thing under the words. Then this background shape is, then the background shape of the banner is behind that. So basically, I can't enlarge it, but you have everything done correctly. So let's first make sure that this banner that I'm clicking on right there, see that banner that I'm clicking on? Well, you have a secret part that it's not supposed to be there. You see this top that I'm clicking on, Christina? That little top path is just from one side to the other. It's not even needed. It's a copy of it. So I'm going to take this path right here, right there. That's a single path, and I'm going to throw it away. Now, you have everything right, except you have to remember that something that is transparent, you're going to see everything through it, right? Correct? So you need to make the fill be white. See how I did that? I clicked on the fill, I had the banner selected, I clicked on the fill, brought up the color picker, I made it white, I click OK. It's beautiful. Now let's make sure that everything is correct here. Oh, okay, so let's go back to my banner and just see the drawing of it. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize I closed that. Let me make sure. Logo tutorial movie 1. Let me see if it's at the 30. No, that's not it. It's logo tutorial movie 2. Logo tutorial movie 2, and it's at the 39-minute mark or so. So there. All right. So I went too far. There. So sorry about that. So now we have 3 parts to the banner. We have this shape, that little angle, which is supposed to be behind the banner. Then we have that shape right there, which even look, see, I even have it. See how, look over in my layer palette right there that I'm pointing on right there. It's going to start being up there. You have to move it down below where you want. So there's 3 parts to the banner. Let's just minimize this. And that means that this part actually has to go down a little bit. So this whole thing should go down to here. Okay? And now let me make sure. Gosh, I'm not seeing that correctly. Let me go back to my picture and let me go back to this picture. Duh. Okay, all right. We're just worried about this part of the banner and then that part. Okay, and okay, so that should actually go. I can't. My brain is not. This is funny. My brain is not functioning. I'm going to look at it again. It's just down here and it's over and it's up. Okay, fine. So we need to draw this and put this over here, Mr. Sorial, and then this comes up like that, and now this comes over here in the same angle that that is. Okay, so there is that part of the banner. Now, Christina, I'm going to make sure that this whole thing, I know what you did. I'm going to make sure the whole thing is selected like this, and I'm going to move it down in the area down here. Let me make sure everything is unlocked. Let's grab everything there. I'm going to hit the E key and put it down here so I can get it out of the way. All right, now let's grab this shape, which is in layer 9. Oh, we had 2. There's your problem. Okay, you had too many layers. It all should be in the banner layer. So I'm going to pick this one up. Look, I'm picking this one up and putting it right there. Now layer 9 can get thrown away. I should have seen that. I'm so sorry. So let me select that piece and put it down here. And now I'm actually going to color this one a little bit darker, Christina, just so we can see it, because everything else is in the way. Please don't get upset, but that's what I'm going to do. I need to get this in the white area. Maybe I can put it on top. Okay, maybe I'll put the whole thing on top so we can see this better. Yeah, on top is better. I'm sorry, that's perfect. Okay, there we go. Now, so we're going to review what your problems were, and I'm sorry this isn't like as easy as it should be. Let me double click this and make it a different color. Instead of cyan, let's make it orange so you can see it, so I can see it. So I'm going to click the direct selection tool. I am going to lock up this shape that I'm turning off and on. Got it? And I'm going to lock up the banner that I'm turning off and on, and I'm going to lock up the word Christina Anderson or Anderson Illustrations. Now I can kind of draw this. So this one now needs to come out like this. This one needs to move over to here, like this. Okay, that's pretty. This needs to come up a little bit. This needs to come up a little bit. This needs to move over a little bit. This needs to get into the center, more like this. Okay, this can probably now come down a little bit. And then I need to lock this up, unlock that, select this over here, take the direct selection tool and just line this up right here. Now look how pretty that is. Let's zoom in and put this one, but with the direct select tool, right on that corner. Let's zoom in here and put this one, I'm clicking right on that corner, and now we have a pretty banner. Isn't that nice? And then for the next part of it, to put it over here, I'm going to let you know what we need to do. So look at over here in the layer palette. So do you understand what I did? Your banner right here, this one that I am clicking on, but it was locked. I locked it. So this one needed a fill of white. This part and this part needed to be in the same layer, and it needed to be lower than the banner and the words. Okay? Now, let's take both of these shapes right here, and Christina, I could group these. I mean, I don't have to, but I could. All right? Now, if I hold Command Option and don't let go, and click on this shape. Look at, they're both selected, right? So I'm holding Command Option. You can see it turns into a double-headed arrow. Click and hold the Shift key after that, and move it over somewhere in this general vicinity. Now, let's take it and reflect it. So let's right-hand click on the Rotate tool and go down to the Reflect tool. Now we double-click it, and my dog is barking. So now, we want to reflect it on the vertical axis, and there you go. So it's 90 degrees on the vertical axis. Now I can take the regular selection tool, hold the Shift key, and put it right in place until it looks pretty. And I think I got it exactly. Whoops, I didn't. It needs to move one tiny little bit over. So now let's pull this over and down. And there it is. So I cursor keyed it kind of where it needed to go, and there's your banner. Now I hope that helped, and I hope that you understand the layer process. So in the parent layer, you have your lettering, then you have the banner, then you have the side shapes, then you have the extra side shapes in the back. So this one here has to be above this one, and this one, which is on the other side, has to be above this one. Correct? Okay, so I hope that helped. And now to move it where you want, you just click the circle for the banner with everything unlocked, hit the E key, and you can move that guy anywhere you want. So now that can, and I'll just grab it somewhere, not in the center, not in that green pivot, just move it over, and you have a really pretty thing. You did a good job. And then if you want to move everything, or make it smaller, make sure everything in the layer palette is unlocked, then select all the circles, okay? Then hit the E key and move it where you want, or double click the scale tool over here, right there, and double click it and make it a uniform scale down to like 90 or 80%, and make sure, if you do that, Christina, Scale, Strokes, and Effects is selected. Make sure there's a check mark by Scale, Strokes, and Select. And Effects, if you shrink it. Okay, now I hope that helped. You might have to watch this a couple times. Thanks.